record. I'll just jump right in, and whoever joins us, but I don't want to hold you guys up. I like to try to keep it, right at 30 minutes or less. And if you want to get on the Team Courage call, it's always right after us. So theirs starts at 8:30, which is always an option. So what I really wanted to talk to you guys about today is utilizing these info groups that we've started the last couple months with 2B Mindset and with Lift 4, and really making it simple for you to understand and simple for you to teach coaches, because I'd like to continue to do this, because I guarantee you that we're going to Summit next week, and they are going to have a lot of announcements, which is super exciting. They'll have, they're going to announce new stuff coming out in the fall. They're going to announce new stuff coming out in the winter, and they're going to continue to launch things like they're doing with Lift 4, where there's a period where you can get a VIP access and pay extra. And the reason they're doing that is not more ways to make money necessarily. It's really for us. So I want you to remember that. We went through a period all last year where on demand in 2017 had become, you could get everything for $99. And, I started in a period where people, would do 21-day fix and own the DVDs. And when they were done with that, they would buy another challenge pack, and they would get the, Shailene Extreme, and then they would get T25, and then they would get the next thing and the next thing. And they usually would do it with a challenge pack because it made sense if they were drinking Shakeology, or maybe they fell off and they came back on. And when they started to get on demand and everything for a year for $99, it's such an insane deal. But for the coaches, we kind of lost this income stream of selling multiple things. So this is really a gift to us to be able to offer things with a VIP access. So we're going to start to notice this more. We're going to see this more and more with releases. And I think these informational groups are the best way to do it. So what I really want you guys to focus on, and not just, I'm going to give you, oh, I'm sorry. You just realized your computer was on mute. Oh, you're fine. What I'm going to give you guys is we're going to talk, you hear me talk a lot about a funnel, right? And this can apply to any post you do. You can always be thinking in this funnel mindset. How am I, even when you sit down and you make a list of 100 people, you're automatically got to be in this funnel mindset of okay, I have 100 people on this list. Say I'm going to invite all 100 this month, okay? Well, most of them are going to say no, they're not interested, or they're actually just not going to respond at all to your message. So say half don't respond. That's completely normal. Some people are no one's writing me back. I'm that's normal. That's what happens. So say you have 100 on your list, 50 don't write you back. The other 50, maybe 25 say they're not interested at this time, or I'm going on vacation, or school's ending, or school's starting. All the excuses, all the reasons, right? But the other 25, maybe you start a conversation tell me more. So this is that funnel mindset where it starts with this list and it gets narrowed down more and more till you have those 5 people that say yes, and that's SC10. You decide your goal. Is it SC5 to help 3 people every month, which would be SC6 really, or is it SC10? Is it to enroll a coach or 2 every month? Set down those goals and work backwards to work that funnel, okay? So if we go into everything with this funnel mindset, let's talk about doing it with these info groups. It all starts with your attraction on social media and having call to action posts. So a call to action is asking someone to do something in the comments or to respond to you in some way. And that's the easiest way. If you say message me, they ain't gonna message you. They're not gonna do it. You have to give them something easy, like drop a heart, drop a flex, drop an emoji, drop a GIF, drop something, or say I'm interested. You have to tell people what to do. That is a call to action. So you've seen a lot of them with 2B Mindset and with Lift 4. If you need examples, you can go scroll on my wall. You'll see lots of call to action. Someone was asking for some coaching call to actions, and I went through in 1 week and was able to tag her in like, well, maybe it was 10 days, but I was able to tag her in like 7 different call to action posts, which shows that I'm constantly doing it. And that's really important, because that's this top of that funnel. That's that like 100 people that we need to like comment or get engaged or like the post or start doing something. So start with doing lots of call to actions. I want you to remember, I don't want to go to your page and it look like a sales advertisement for Beachbody. So I'm not suggesting that. You have to post your life too. You have to post the race you're doing. You have to post your kids. You have to jump on there live, which Ashley's been a great example of that lately, doing some kind of motivation, maybe sharing your personal development, sharing your workouts. Like I just shared, a bunch of recipes that I share in the groups, you know, because that I try to do that weekly. It causes a lot of engagement for people. It gets people, the seed planted. People are thinking like, well, I want to be in this group. She shares these great recipes every week, you know. And one girl even commented, she said, when I get back from vacation, maybe in July, I need to sign up for your next group. Well, guess what? Her name is on my July list of people I'm going to be talking to, right? But all the other people asking for recipes, they go on a list too. Like they are looking for the kind of value that I can offer. So anyways, okay, call to action. So one that has worked really well for people to get them in the Lift 4 group. Let's go with that since that's so fresh. Is saying, you know, I have a free workout that I'm willing to send people. I'm not going to have the words exactly, but go look on my wall. Or Amy, you did this one too, right? No, Megan did it. I don't know. Some of y'all did it. Maybe Ashley did it. I can give you the exact wording if you don't have it. But basically, you know, I have a free workout to share with you. 30 minutes, Beachbody. It's our newest program. I can send you the direct link. Just drop a heart below. You know, post a cute selfie with you. I've seen people that do like the little heart picture. I didn't have that, so I put a picture like with a heart on it or something. I saw a cute one with people like doing a workout one, and they were like, drop a flex below. Anyways, lots of engagement, and then you start a conversation. So this is the next level of the funnel. This was a great way to get people in the to-be mindset as well. Like I'm looking for 30 people that want to lose 10 to 20 pounds by summer, or, I mean, now that we're kind of entering summer, we'll have to change it to say wants to lose 30 pounds by the fall, or whatever it is. Drop a heart below if you would like more information. People want more information for free, and they want more information for results. So if you are promising those things, they are getting excited. They don't want more information on usually how to be a coach, even though it's important for us to do those call to actions, because these other engaging posts and these other call to actions, at least they're seeing them when they pop up. Okay. So then you get them, you've sent this message, here's your free workout, and you follow it up with something like, tell me more about how your health and nutrition is now. Like, do you have any goals you're working on? Is there a difference between where you are and where you want to be? Some kind of engaging question that gets them to answer back. Or like, oh, you know, I'm really struggling. Well, what do you struggle with? Like, what's your biggest obstacles? You don't have time. I don't like vegetables. I don't want to cook multiple meals for my kids. Like, you have got to get to know these people so you know how to fill their need. So the next step is getting them into an informational group. So with that video for the Lift 4, B4, Lift 4, like 2B, I'm like, what number are we on? Like, I can't keep it straight. But with the Lift 4, I sent them the free link to the free video, and then I followed up with, hey, I have an informational group full of like testimonies and results from the test group and all the FAQs, more about the nutrition, blah, blah, blah. Is that something you'd like to be added to? And again, it was a funnel. So of all the people that commented that they want the video, I sent it to like 50 people, right? And then I followed up with that, who wants to be in the info group? only 25 responded. Like, my funnel got more narrow. Like, the other 50, they probably will never do the video. Like, the other 25 probably never will do the video. They wanted it because it's free and they think they're going to do it. They're still on my list of people to keep in touch with, of people to reach out and comment on stuff on their wall so they see stuff on my wall. They're still on my radar, but now my funnel's been narrowed to who wants to go into the group. So now I add them to the group. I tag them in something. My advice when you tag people in a group is to do it in the comments of a post that you want them to see, not just in the feed, because one, that fills the feed with a million welcoming blah blah blah, and we want it in something that you want them to see. So I've been tagging them in the Lift 4 FAQs. I'm like, hey, here's all the FAQs that most people have. This is a great place to start. And then I might tag them in a video that talks more about nutrition, or talks more about, like, if you lift weights as a woman, you're not going to bulk, or whatever I think, whatever I think maybe their concerns are. Or his whole video on nutrition talks about having a cheat meal, and like it addresses those things that some people are nervous about. Okay, so now that I'm at that point, we released this on Monday, right? So I started to reach out to the people that are in the info group and let them know with another message. So you might be like, well, I've messaged them 3 times, or, now I have them in this group. They haven't really talked. They haven't asked me questions. I feel like I'm bothering them. You're not bothering them. You're narrowing down your funnel of who's really interested and who you need to focus on. So I message them and I say, hey girl, the VIP release is out today. Are you ready to do this with me, or do you have any more questions? That is a sentence this long, and it takes me 10 minutes to copy and paste that and repeat it to 40 people. I have the same thing that I'm saying to all the people. It should not take you that long, because you should have a list. Like, you should have, okay, these were my people that responded to my call to the action. These are the people that are in my info group. These are the people that, like, you start making notes, like, okay, she's concerned about time. She's concerned about what to eat. She doesn't like shakes, blah, 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 like whatever you're dealing with here. And then you funnel again, like you wrote that, and it's like, well, some people didn't respond. Some people aren't ready. Some people are still looking. And then it will go to the next level. And the beauty of this Lift 4, if you guys start this process now, is it doesn't fully start, like the full program doesn't start for another month. Like, we have such an opportunity to rock June starting people on this program, and rock July starting people on this program. Or you still have To Be Mindset if you want to focus on that. Or you might get people in one group that's like, I just think that that's too hard for me. Like, a girl opened it and she's like, that's too hard for me. But you know what? I got her in that group, and now I know what her limitations are. Maybe we go back to Be Mindset, and I add her to that info group, and I add her to that list. Or maybe she would really enjoy doing yoga. Maybe she still needs on demand because she would like to be moving more. She wants to work on flexibility. Maybe she wants to do PIO or yoga retreat, or start with something like 21 Day Fix. Like, we have so many options that they get. And that's the beauty when they get Lift 4, they're getting everything. You guys have to share that with people. Like, you're not just getting Lift 4 and not just getting early access. And, oh, by the way, if you want to join as a coach, you get to be in Joel's exclusive test group as a coach. Like, is that something that would interest you? I posted that in the info group today because, and Ashley, your girl's girl or someone responded and was like, well, what if I'm not a coach? And I was like, well, then maybe you should become one. So it gets the conversations going. It gets the seeds planted. I love these info groups because it takes away the hard work for you guys. You don't have to be like, what do I say next? What do I do now? Like, I'll still help you with that, but it answers all the questions without having to, like, know everything about a program. So we're going to continue to do this funnel to help you guys, to help myself. I think it's genius, and it's working well for me. So I know that it would work well for anyone that's willing to kind of take this funnel approach. But really, you have to look at anything like that. So, okay, any questions on that? Or feel free to unmute yourself or give feedback or ask questions in the chat, because I'll just go on and on and on. Okay. 1 second. I'm going to open this event and make sure that I am covering everything that I said I wanted to cover. Rock funnels groups. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to talk about was how you can do this with, so we really talked about info groups and just the idea, the concept of a funnel when you hear us talk about that. Funneling is no different, y'all, for like challengers turning into coaches. You know, not everyone that comes on is going to be or want to become a coach, and that's okay. We need awesome customers as well, but it's the same type of funnel. Like, you see people that are succeeding in your groups, that are participating in your groups, and you start to plant the seed and ask questions about coaching. And again, we have many third-party tools where it's like, hey, watch some of these videos, or I posted a PDF or a file in the group this week that's, you know, coaching in a nutshell. I love that small little one image that's like, it's one page and it shows you get a 25% discount. It shows you get 25% commission. It shows you how you can make additional income. It shows you that you can stop at any time. Like, it's just so simple, and it's a great third-party tool when you get someone that might be interested to share about that. Maybe you don't want to add them to a coach sneak peek that has a bunch of videos, but we have lots of videos for that as well. What was the one-line response you gave again for the follow-up for someone that is in the info group but has not been active in there? Carmen, I would say, and I kind of, you know, I feel like I have to type it out. I would say, hey, Carmen, we launched our VIP access this week to Lift 4. Are you ready to get started, or did you have any additional questions for me? That's it. Are you ready to get started or not? And either they're going to respond or not. And that doesn't mean if they don't respond that they're done, guys. They're just stuck in some part of your funnel at any time. What you will notice is either people come out the bottom of the funnel by buying a challenge pack, or they stay in your funnel. Like, you don't like go in there and take them out and throw them away. Like, your funnel gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Like, I got a big freaking funnel after 5 years, and people are in just different spots. Like, no is just not right now. They're just not ready. Most everyone on this call probably ignored a message from their coach, or ignored a message about inviting you to coaching, or ignored a message, or said, I'm not ready right now, or said, I can't afford it right now, or whatever it was. I did. I mean, there's very few people that see the call to action, join the info group, start the conversation, and buy the challenge pack. When that happens, it's a unicorn. It's a purple unicorn, and it's an amazing, amazing thing. But it's very, very rare. And Carmen, I can send you that again when we get off the call, just kind of like a quick thing. Something that Kristen Sharp is putting together. Kristen Sharp is an amazing coach. She leads a team called Dream Big, and they're actually teaming up with us for the VIP group. And I was so flattered because Kristen was like, can I just be in your group? And I'm like, girl, you're like an 11-star millionaire. You're welcome to be in my group. Come on over, because she will add so much value, and we will learn so much from her and get good ideas. So I'm really, really excited to do it with her. She also told me that they are working on a group team call that we will be invited to in July, and it will have Joel Freeman on it talking to us. So I'm so excited for that. They're trying to ask if they can make it bigger and actually invite people from our informational groups to join, which would be even better. Like, that's just another thing that we can offer. Like, get on this call with Joel. He's going to go through some FAQs, and that really excites people. So I'm excited about all of that and getting connected with her so we can participate in more things like that. But she's working on a document right now that helps people for Lift 4 specifically, like call to action posts, and then getting them in the info group, or what to send them, and questions. And I did this for 2B Mindset, and I know you could go into Team Ignite And in the search bar, you can always use the magnifying glass search bar thing and type in To Be Mindset, and you'll find like things will come up. And I can find it if you can't find it. But I did an example of a call to action, like, hey, looking for women to lose 10 to 20 pounds, blah, blah, blah. Drop a heart if you're interested. Get them in the info group. Or there's a script in there that I use for a conversation. And I use that script in a similar way for all of these funnels, because it asks the questions that we have to ask. And it's in there. And it asks things like, I'll simply say, like, let's just get to know each other a little better. And this is another route that you could take, Carmen, like by reaching out and saying, hey, girl, I know you're in the info group. I haven't heard any questions from you, but I just wanted to take the chance to kind of get an idea of where you are and get to know you a little better. If it's someone you don't know closely, and even if you do, you could just reword it. But you have to start asking questions like, tell me more about your current nutrition. Tell me more about where you struggle. Tell me more about what the biggest obstacles are for you in the day. Do you drink a lot of water? Do you have an afternoon slump where you feel like you need coffee or a soda or something like that? Do you feel like you eat late night, like after dinner? Like, find out what's going on with them, because as soon as you guys know, you see the need, like you see where they're really struggling, you have a tool to fill it. Like, you have a tool that's like, girl, you sound like you would be perfect for To Be Mindset. Like, maybe Lift 4 is not for you. Maybe I could get you in here. Maybe they really do want to get eased back into working out and they just feel out of shape. Lift 4 might be perfect because it's only 4 days a week. Maybe they are training for a race or doing something in addition, and they don't want a program they have to do, 7 days, which I think is too much anyways. That's a lot. I'm like, that's way too much. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about, okay, thank you, I like that. Okay, was how to use this for free group. So this is another thing that I want to start. I'm not going to say June, let's say July, because I'm going to Summit next week and I'm going to come home and my head's going to want to explode with ideas to throw at you. So let's say July, that we get back to a more consistent free group challenge every month, because this is a great way to use the funnel as well. So I've got a brand new shiny script that I like for a 7-day. I watched Kristen's last one and it was really good. And Kristen does a free group every month. It's usually just like, she doesn't call it clean eating, but it's like this week's was like 7-day, drop it like it's hot, bust into summer or whatever. It's not like clean eating, boring, like some people like vomit when they hear clean eating. They don't want to hear it anymore. So we need something like fun, but she leads it. There's a lot of engagement. There's a lot of like people sharing food. She starts with like, what's your why? Why are you here? Why did you say yes? And she does that this second week of the month. And then she says most of those people end up joining in that month or the next month for her next group. So it's another funnel. Like, she's really good at it, and maybe when we start, we won't be as good at it. But free groups is something that I've built my business on for sure. You don't have to do it with me. I will start to have one more consistently to offer to the team. I think it's fun to do as a group. I think it's a lot when you take on yourself and you don't at least pair up with someone. So that'll definitely be offered more consistently from this point forward, because I've gotten away from it. Because of the group that we do have, which is called Win the Day, that is a free ongoing community group. I still post in there most days. It doesn't have a lot of engagement, but again, it's part of my funnel, because if I am talking to someone and they're in my funnel somewhere and it's just not going anywhere after weeks or months or whatever, I'm definitely at some point going to say, Dana, I have this free ongoing wellness community. Is that something that you would want to be a part of? Like, I share recipes, I share tips, it's just a positive environment. And most everyone is like, yeah, I totally want to be in there. So again, that's a place that I can have people check on people. They keep seeing me add value, and they're like, well, if this is a free group and Kimberly posts usually, every day or every other day something of value, I can't imagine like what she's doing in a group that I would pay for. Like, she's probably going to give even more, right? Which I do. So that's another option, and everyone is welcome in there. It's called Win the Day, and you're welcome to post. You're welcome to add people. Like, we encourage adding value. So that's another option. So, all right. So it's 8:30, and I've said so and 100 times, so I should be done talking. Does anyone have any questions? Did this help anyone? Did I can see your face? Yeah? Okay. It added some value to your day?
Hey, I had a question.
Yeah.
So I'm going to, I think, do a Woman Crush Wednesday post tomorrow. And I was going to do it more as a call to action.
Yeah.
And kind of try and call out my coach, Amanda, and just be like, wow, she's crushing it as a coach. This is how it's changing her life. I would love to help you.
Yeah.
Is that something kind of...
Yeah, absolutely. So all of these concepts can be applied to anything. Like, you're going to have, as you can see, you're going to have multiple lists as you grow, but you want to be like, okay, these are the people that commented or liked on my call to action for coaching. And you can say, a really good thing in doing a comparison like that off the top of my head, Ashley, is for all of you guys, do the activity where you take a piece of paper, a big legal pad or printer paper, fold it in half, and say before coaching, after coaching, and then do one before challenge group, after challenge group. And maybe you're new, and that's okay. And maybe you're watching this, you're like, I just started or whatever. That's okay. You can add to it. Like, I look at mine and I'm like, holy moly, like, I'm even adding, I want to do a post about, I went to the doctor and my cholesterol is down 50 points. And that's huge. Like, that's really, really good. And that's based on my, change in eating habits and over the years and all these things that I have to actively work on. Like, most people in my family have to take medication to get that under control. And I'm so anti-medication. I'm like telling my doctor, I'm like, I am doing this. But anyways, I got off on a tangent there, Ashley. I would totally have her do, when you post, you say, like, before coaching, she was blah, blah, blah. After coaching, she's blah, blah, blah. Like, are you reading this and like, I want to make these changes? And when you talk to someone, get your avatar in your mind. Like, we've done calls on avatars before, and that's like your ideal customer. Talk to her who that person is, because when you are talking specifically to that person, they are going to read it and be like, Kimberly is talking to me. Like, she gets me. She understands where I struggle. She understands what I'm going through. She understands that I've got crazy young kids and want to pull my hair out, Amy. And like, she gets me, right? And you think like, oh, if I'm talking so specific to someone, I'm weeding out everyone else. No, just the opposite happens. Like, when you zone in on who your avatar is and who you connect with, you attract even more. You attract like this ring of people that are like drawn to you because of that, as opposed to when you're trying to talk to everyone, you're not connecting with anyone. Like, I can't talk to the same people that Andrea can. I don't know if it's Andrea or Andrea. I apologize. But I can't talk to the same people as you, because they would laugh their head off if I was like, I'm going to run this race. I'm going to, get on my bike and do this. Or I can't talk to the same people Leslie does. Like, I don't connect in the same way that they do. That doesn't mean that after I meet them, I can't like totally bond with them. But that's just not what I talk about on Facebook. So yes, to answer your question longly, Ashley, make that a call to action. See who responds. And guys, sometimes no one responds. Sometimes nobody likes it. And I leave it up anyways, because sometimes I pour my story and my heart in a post and I'm like, oh, that was great. I'm glad that 3 people liked it. And then I post about like shampoo and conditioner and 100 people like it. That's just the way it goes sometimes. But my point is, they are seeing it. And when someone likes you, they're going to explore your page a little more. And I want them to see those posts. I want them to see that call to action and be like, I want to do this. Like, I want that recipe. I want to know more about what Ashley is doing. I want to know, how Dana's losing all this weight. Like, I want to do that, All right. Peace out. I'm going to let you go in case you want to get on the other call. I appreciate you guys. I will see many of you next week at Summit, and we will come back fired up to share everything we learn, guys. I'm excited. Bye.